Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Nightingale. Right, so today we are going to find Victor Frankenstein. The reason I'm going for him is because it says he's going to direct me to get the Automaton Bishop, which is found in the Swamp Gauntlet, and the Lay to Rest challenge. I have to slay this beast, and this is also found in the Swamp Gauntlet. So I kind of want to entangle these two quests together and so I can get them done at the same time, because I don't like leaving quests open for too long unless it's Taliesin. And Danu is still invisible. I'm never going to get to see him. Oh, what have I set off here? I always want more of these berries. Might as well do this while we're here. Oh, this one looks quite big. Oh gosh. Ow. Stop that. Good job, Leela. Got it. No you don't. Ow. Ow. Where's he gone? It is getting dark. We need a lantern, which is also an umbrella. It's hard to switch back and forth. Right. So who is this? This doesn't look like this is where Frankenstein is. Yep, that is not who we're here to see, unfortunately, so we'll come back to you. Frankenstein must be at the other. Well, this place looks awesome. Look at this. This has got to be where Frankenstein is. What a tower. Way better than the tower I had before. Two of them. Maybe I can get them to blow each other up. Yeah, haha. So it's definitely night time because there's a lot of creatures spawning. Gone across loads of these now, I don't need them. Okay. Yeah, this has got to be his tower. I thought it was a Hope Echo. Okay, let's have a look, see what we got. Is this the same place he had as last time? Because I remember this sort of staircase. I think this is the same. But I never noticed that before. Have a quick look about. See if there's any secret chests. Okay. He looks the same as I remember him. Oh. Always got to have a look about, see if we can steal something. Wow, what view he's got. Okay. Get my lantern out, or do I not need it? That's okay, light. I've come to despise fieldwork in the autumn of life. Out here, there are no laboratory doors that I can lock myself behind to avoid these persistent disruptions. When the mind is tasked with deliberation, solitude is indispensable. I'm here on behalf of your acquaintance, Nellie Bly. Nellie? Oh, she harbours an angelic spirit. She knew I'd need a hand in spite of my being too proud to ask. To aid Nellie's cause, it is the secrets of heaven and earth I desire to learn, both the outward substance of things and the inner spirit of their nature. I am attempting to ascertain greater understanding of these pitiful, wandering imitations of life, which many classify as automatons. So you're him, Victor, Dr. Frankenstein? You're wondering if the stories are true. They are, and they are not, depending on whose accounts you've read. Well, that's the same as anything. Captain Robert Bolton inserted his own fictions into my story for personal gain. He was a failed writer before his seafaring life and seized the opportunity with discretion, prudence. The demon, as Bolton dubbed him, was, perhaps still is, quite real. Neither my mind nor my soul has rested a day since I wielded these powers, which no man should ever wield. So is he saying he's made the monster? What are the automatons? I am not yet certain. However, the florid, mystifying complexity of their design leads us to believe they are Fae created. This is further supported by the symmetrical patterns present in their hostile conjurings, balanced, elegant, and accordance with geometry of certain Fae's own spell casting. Why are they here now? What task were they created to perform? What mechanisms give them motion? These are the questions I hope to answer. How did you wind up helping Nellie? We were assigned one another's company when the Pale struck. As one of the Calcuria's authorities on inner realmic portal technologies, the explorers sought my expertise. Providence had it that we connected again some weeks after stepping through the portals. We both ventured towards Gloriana's tears for varying reasons. I feel deep gratitude for that turn of fortune, which led us to each other's company once more. Without it, humanity's path towards the Watch would never have been illuminated, hence my study of the automatons. We need a unique oil from them, yes? I'm glad she sent you informed. We are compelled by the makeup of unique charm oil secreted by the fabled bishop in the swamp. This substance is capable of generating profound amounts of electricity. What I'm hoping to uncover is the precise means by which we might be able to obtain this oil without deactivating them entirely. So far, I've gleaned little by glossing over the texts that are available. My thoughts are being pulled in two directions, you see, which is not conducive to either of the dueling means before me. You seem overwhelmed. More than language has the ability to convey. Before encountering Nellie, I was meant to be devoting my time in the realms to a robust study and laborious disquisition on our new common enemy, the Bound. Do you know what the Bound are? Nobody at all knows their origins or intent, aside from an obvious desire to eradicate human life from these wilds. All we know so far, they are not quite alive, similar to the automatons, which leads me to believe they too are Fae animated. Though which Fae court may be responsible and what their reasons may be are complete mysteries. Studying the Bound seems dangerous. Natural philosophy is the genius that's regulated my life, for better or worse, and so it continues to dictate my waking hours. I am fortunate enough to be among the Calcurian's members, and at the Bound's first appearance, Mrs. Lovelace and I, we agreed that I should take on this task. for the betterment of humanity. I've taken on a few bound myself, with some success. Is that so? I wonder if I could enlist your services. You could aid me with my Calcurian duties whilst I continue to examine these automatons. I hate to neglect my duties, as both are some urgency. Obtaining the oil is tantamount, yet an understanding of the bound will prove invaluable to the fight ahead. In all honesty, Mrs. Lovelace is a bit frightening on occasion, and I prefer not to upset her. I'm at your disposal, Victor. My days of pilfering charnel houses are behind me, but to examine life, we must first have recourse to death. A sulphate of samples taken from all bound classifications will prove essentials. The innards that stain their animate state. Knowing process is being made on that end will take a weight off my shoulders and afford me a break from mental misery needed to impel my knowledge of the automatons. By the time you return, I should have ascertained more details on the bishops. Let's hope for all our sakes. I will leave you to it. Right, we've got a lot to acquire. We need to go home. Surprise, surprise. Lesser hollow metal. I'm supposed to get that. Well, we'll go home, see how much of the stuff we've got. What we don't have, we'll try and get. But most of that shouldn't be a trouble. Okay, so it does look like we do have everything we need. So this should be the last 2 pieces we need. Yeah, so now we'll deliver it all to Frankenstein. So back to Hollowed Moor I go. Right then, so we've got everything to speak to Victor Frankenstein. But yeah, this is probably a good place to put it. I want to put one of these teleport stations. What are they called? A lodestone? Yeah, I think that would be alright. Sort of in the middle here. Because it's such a long travel every time and I've not really used them. Can change the name of them, can't I? Frankenstein's Tower. Not sure if I put the eye in the right place for Frankenstein, but we all get the message. And where is Leela? Because I threw everything on her, so I didn't accidentally build something with it. Because I've been doing a little bit of building since I've gathered the resources, so that should be everything I need. Please don't tell me I forgot the U-word. Did I just... Oh, okay. Don't worry. Don't panic, everyone. Okay. Panic, everyone. God. Why didn't you bring it? Oh, right, okay. Thought I had everyone. Bound fibre as well. Okay, we'll need to go back home. Right then, so we've got everything this time. And we can travel right to my lodestone. So much easier. Don't know why I didn't do this before. Right, Frankenstein, I've got everything for you. Back already? How often we lose track of the hours when our thoughts are set to explore the chasms of scientific knowledge. I have the bound samples you requested. Most excellent. Hand them over, would you? Careful now. I hope these are to your liking. Splendid. Oh, did I get something? Splendid, in perfect condition it seems. Are set to preservation straight away. Your fortitude must be akin to the knights of old to challenge such ghastly hostages of humanity. The mere sound of their nightly moaning gives rise to regretful memories too terrible to confront. Is that why you were in Gloriana's tears, the perpetual daylight? You've unearthed my cowardice. I discovered early on that they spawn far less where light is present unless provoked by other means. First chance I got, I fled to a realm where I knew the sun would never set, like a little boy afraid of what the night may bring. I only ask that you do not tell Nellie that my fears are what brought us together again. I'm scared of frogs, if that makes you feel better. It doesn't, though I appreciate your empathy. The bound terrify you, why research them? I confess, this task was not one I accepted by personal will. Mrs. Lovelace demanded it despite my protests. I have long sought to forget the errors of yesterday, but it seems I am sentenced to relive them ad nauseam. I've not met Mrs. Lovelace yet, have I? I can't picture or seen her anywhere. Can I blame Ada? No. There was no one in Nightingale better suited for this task, the foremost expert. In the galvanism and chemical reanimation, the mad doctor himself, the Pharaoh with no pardon. Why then, am I unable to face these bound as I once did my owned creature? Have you learned more about the automatons? I've made a possible discovery. The central question is whether or not they were made to possess faculties such as wants and desires. Their migratory patterns indicate some sort of inner resolve. There's a rhythm to their movements, even if we don't yet understand their purpose. Like how certain animals engage in courtship dances that puzzled biologists for centuries. Thus, the hermetic categorization as chess pieces is more benefiting than we thought. Each has unique individual movements that serve the whole. However, the nomenclature of automatons may be inaccurate. Interesting. Then automatons are organic? That is a great leap from what I've said. Bound ichor bears likeness to blood, but that doesn't make them mammals. There is no sense in elucidating further until we've had more time to collect shells from the shoreline of knowledge that lies before us. How does this help our cause? We must learn the secrets of how they move, and more importantly, why. The internal mechanisms that guide their actions. It's not exactly possible to perform a dissection, and I'm hesitant to approach them directly myself. I don't suppose you'd be eager to collect more samples for me. If it helps, I'll do it. If you could obtain some components from the rooks, the smallest of the pack, that would help our cause. Whatever makes them tick must be the very same inside the fabled bishop. I hate to dismantle such remarkable creations. If possible, scavenge around their discarded parts. Remember, the value of invention is only ever defined by the future cost. In the meantime, I will attempt to further embolden my comprehension of these Roman mechanical golems. We'll both need luck then. Okay, so what do you need me to do now? I should have that back at home. Right then. Mechanical gears automaton. I have got gears, I don't know if they're automaton. Aha! It was 5, wasn't it? Yes, and raw gem automaton. Well, that's tier 3, but gonna have to give it to him. Well, it appears I don't have any anymore. Oh, okay. I misread it. Deliver them. Okay. Right, back we go. All these quests in this hollowed mall just make me go to and fro from home all the time. All the time. Okay. I have the automaton parts you requested. Ah, my loyal assistant returns. I'm duly glad to see you and the automaton parts, or no, I should say the automaton. No. Automaton parts that you've brought. I've never seen anything like them. Ooh, great grenade satchel ad. You need only look in a mirror to see machinery as the same sort. But before we tread too far down that path, may I ask, how did you acquire these parts? Well, I've done both. So I'll just say this to make him happy, because I know I have got parts from scavenging, so I don't know how I got them. It's a mixture from both. A relief to hear, and I commend your resourcefulness. Thank you. There are others who would have not hesitated to dispatch as many of the rooks as necessary. Oh, not me. You have my gratitude. A sense of compassion separates us from the beasts. Then we are on the same page. Let us move on then. Give me a moment to inspect the parts. Curious. You found something, I take it? There are the faintest traces of aether upon the metal. The hermetics posited long ago that when the deluge materializes new life, it is pulled from the imic realmic aether. I'll withhold my thoughts on the hermetic theism, but evidence does suggest a connection between the presence of aether and a being's capacity for will. Is aether present in the bound as well? A cardinal question, one I was hoping you would not ask. I have not found the courage to investigate this query because I fear both sides of the answer. Once my business with Nellie has been put to rest, I won't be able to delay such tests much longer. I thought the automatons were made by the Fae. As do most, and they may well be. The aether could have come after the fact. We cannot rule this out. It has been assumed for many years that the Fae are incapable of bearing true life. So how did these automatons gain a will? If Fae created? We may not know. You must make the decisions based on the implications of this aether. Are you saying those things have sentience? It's so hard to believe. Are our own organs not simply complex machines after all, designed by some unknown hand? Could our bones, muscles and vitals not be replaced with pistons, cogs and cams? This topic makes me uneasy. Aether? Wasn't that a myth? Lumiferious aether has, in recent years, been considered an illogical theory. Realmic aether is another substance entirely, and anyone familiar with realmic science can confirm there is an intricate link between it and life. The substance may well be another kind of essence, and it's likely to be eons before we gain even a cursory knowledge of its full effects. It appears that, like Galvanism, aether is also vital force that confers life into organic matter. In this case, inorganic matter too. What does this mean in relation to the bishop? It means there is a way to obtain the charm oil without resorting to violent means after all. I know better than anyone that, whether natural or unnatural, every being has needs and wants, desires. Your own being, your creation, is he still alive? His fate remains unknown, and for years I could do little but dwell on such a thought. Obsession was not a good colour on me. With my creation, I knew his desires because he told me directly. This is not so with the bishop. I hope we see Frankenstein's monster at some point. What could the fabled bishop possibly desire? The desolation around us tells a story. Just as this swamp was not always wrecked by war, desert realms were not always drought-laden and devoid of flora. Something happened long ago to upend the ecosystems. I watched the automatons of Gloriana's tears sifting through the sand, digging for something that is no longer there, and what is more indicative of conscience than a yearning to return to how things were before. A text in the observatory contained a recipe for a seed nursery of realmic intent, which the fabled bishop may accept in exchange for its charm oil. The seeds are the foundation of what automatons desire, lush gardens. And this will work? If the Fae designed them, then contracts are how automatons were made, and thus treaties are a language they must understand, like thirst or hunger. If you present the seed nursery with the conviction that you are seeking to make a contract of exchange, they will innately recognize the gesture, as many creatures in the Feywilds do. All I have to do is present it. Do not be over hasty in the pursuit of success. Before you seek the fabled bishop to entreat, allow me to inspect the offering. Miss Bly would be rather put out if I sent you to the swamp gauntlet with a solution I had not myself inspected. I'll return with the offering. Okay. Oh, it's in the progression menu. Let's have a look. Ooh, it looks like a bomb. A small collection of seeds in a simple glass jar. It's hard to imagine the grand automaton desiring something so quaint, but even a mechanical being seeks purpose above all else. That also shouldn't be too hard to make, so, you guessed it, back home we go, and then back here we'll come. So how do I build this? Probably from the mortar station? Oh, I just drank a potion. Seed? No. Where else would this be created from? Not sure. Wouldn't be in here, would it? Oh. Let me have a look. Acquire ritual nursery seed. Do I grow it? Did I get anything? Oh, wait a minute. So yeah, this is at the workbench. Odd place to do the seed. I did say it looked like a bomb. It's not going to be under bombs, is it? Snowball. Ah. Okay, so let's put glass. Does it matter? I don't think it matters, does it? I'll just do what I've got the most of. Let's hope he ain't going to say something like, oh, this isn't made out of very good stuff. You have to go back and do it again. Okay, so we'll leave that to make. And then we'll pop over to Frankenstein, see if it's any good. And if it is, then I suppose our next step is to go into the Swamp Gauntlet and look for the Fabled Automaton Bishop and see if we can make the exchange. Alright then everyone, so we have the Ritual Seed and Nursery. So before we got to do our offering, we have to bring it back to Frankenstein and see what he thinks of it. Hopefully he's going to like it. About that Ritual Seed Nursery. You've crafted the Ritual Seed Nursery. Allow me to examine the craftsmanship to be certain. Here it is. Oh, nectar, British hunger, oh, and complete the modern Prometheus quest line. Doctor's assistant. I've always got to look really fast to try and catch everything. Curiosity and gladness akin to rapture. Feelings I worried had left me for good that are awakened once more thanks to the earnest research into the hidden laws of nature. I must admit, crafting it brought me a similar sentiment. Indeed, and what a curious wonder to think so simple and minuscule a thing as a seed may be what charms the fabled bishop and brings Nellie aims to fruition. More testing would certainly be beneficial, but I believe you should be able to give such an offering and retreat unscathed. This is a great step in our understanding of the automatons and the possibility of amicable coexistence. Seeing them up close, they are amazing machines. Indeed, my only regret is not researching and understanding that they had volatility sooner. It should have been obvious. Egyptian, Chinese and Greek craftsmen have all had their own variety of automatons. The commonality uniting them was a belief that after creation, they contained a soul, a yearning, as with Hibiscus's very own Talos. Perhaps it's merely the fetid swamp air, but I feel a chill running through me, like those from the North Pole. Will you proceed with your study of the bound? There are many things a man must do, even when they dredge up nightmares beyond conception. Those that live without life is a tomb I once took on willingly, and then vowed to never open again. Yet in the aftermath of the calamity, we all must fulfill our roles, and mine was written in the stars. My only hope is that this time I have the strength to maintain my principles. Are there fabled bishops in this realm? No, they're quite protective of the more rudimentary automatons, and much more dangerous than their non-fabled counterparts. Their presence would have greatly complicated both observation and experimentation. To find a fabled automaton bishop, you'll need to return to Gloriana's Tears and, from there, traverse the gauntlet until you reach the swamp portion. I've already unlocked the swamp portion. How might I attain the other stable resources for Nellie? Aside from taking them by force, I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. However, the other creatures possess greater capacity for intellect than the automatons, thus, sun giants and elder Jotuns should be open to reasonable offerings as well. When we first arrived in the hollowed moor, we crossed paths with a woman, and an entourage of realm walkers on a foolish expedition to commune with the elder spirits. If memory serves me, Elden Jotun specifically, Ludovine, I believe her name. Yeah, I think we already saw it, didn't we? Then solitude is yours again. One more question before you go, if I may. How do I put this? Ah, yes. In your opinion, when does an acorn become a tree? But don't start this again. We've been through this last season. Only once it's a sapling. A question without answer in some ways. Over the years, the only fitting reply I've come up with is this. An acorn becomes a tree precisely when it stops being an acorn. Which is not true, Frankenstein. It is not true. Wherever your travels take you, never lose your curiosity of mind. It is in the boat with which you may sail upon an endless sea of knowledge. Farewell, Doctor. I hope to meet your monster somewhere in the realms. Right then, that thing about the acorn, if you smash it up, it's no longer an acorn, it's no longer a tree. Or, if you smash it up and then put it in a smoothie, it's then a smoothie. So, Right then. So yeah, there's nothing new opened, we have to go to the swamp. So, off we go then, to the swamp gauntlet. Right then, so it's these three, which is a gauntlet, which is this one. I know the middle one is the desert. That's forest. That's the very last portal. I don't think it matters what order I do these in, does it? The swamp gauntlet. Oh look, it looks like Dumbledore. Play this card to seek the hunt realm, known as the swamp gauntlet, where the yield of animal resources is increased. Explorer recruits must face down the most challenging hunt realms before donning the Geocarnless mantle. Their name for these realms, the gauntlet, soon became common. Pretty sure that's the same as what that one said. No, that one. Right then, I wonder what's going to be in here. We've also got to slain this beast. The Humbubba, they called. Right then, here we go. A new realm. Oh wow. Huh, look at that. Oh, it's like a giant automaton. He's waving at me, greeting me. Where's my telescope? We're gonna need that to find them bishops. Huh. How cool. Wow. Right. So this looks like an ordinary swamp so far, apart from the giant metal man. Now, I don't want to explore this one too much. Oh. Activate a Fey Arena to summon the Fabled Automaton Bishop. I thought we had to search for it. Is there any quests? There doesn't look like it. There is a bunker. Okay, so no quests. It looks like we've just got to do this. Oh, and that's actually where he is. Oh, awesome. Oh. What's this? Pretty sure we've got that. Oops, is that wrong? Sepplewood. What on earth was that? Oh. Yeah, I think we've got that wood. What is this? Quartz. Marble. Yeah. Right, looks like it's roughly the same sort of stuff. Right, we won't do too much of an exploration of this, because I'd rather leave that to another episode, although it doesn't look like there's that much. It says as well, arena. So have I got to fight it? Look at this. Its hand. Wow. Yeah, I don't want to fight it, I just want to do it peacefully. Although, I would actually like to fight it at some point. I'd like to fight all the big bosses at some point. Okay, this is ominous. Ah, there is. Should I put my gun away? Show me no harm. Okay, I think he's friendly. Can I give you it? What I got to do? Ah, what offering? How's that? So cool. Automaton's potion. Oh. Hey, Lila. Okay, so what was that potion I got? This potion swirls with incandescent, oily streaks, like the lifeblood of the automaton it fools. Its smell, however, is remarkably fresh, floral, and as soft as a blooming meadow. Doesn't say what it does. Yeah, I need my oil back, Leela. We've got it. Automaton charm oil. Oh, Puck. Deliver the automaton charm oil to Nellie. Have a chat to Puck.
Quite the scavenger Miss Bly's made of you. You've missed my guidance, though.
Of course.
Understand that should word of our interactions reach the ears of other Fae, Astaroth would rip us from reality. The risk, however, must be taken. For I come to lay rumors to rest. The Court of Hearts doth indeed seek to stamp out what hope remains in Nightingale. Oises herself steps forth from the House of Light to helm the charge, and where the Queen of Hearts deigns to tread, ruin doth follow.
This all sounds scary.
Like this Puck, Oises and her court will not heed Astaroth's decree. We have seen as much already. Oises, long ago, held power to rival Astaroth, she and her brother both. But where Astaroth remained high, they fell low. Humanity bears the brunt of her blame, and for that she would risk much to see them suffer. I know not the details of her plan, but hold fast. Nightingale's hallowed ground will keep them at bay, and by you, my vassal, precious time to reach it.
Okay, thanks Puck, that was very interesting. Also scary. Might have to end up fighting that lot at some point, no doubt. I've got nothing else for you. Okay then, so we're going to go deliver that charm oil to Nellie. And we'll do some more exploring in this next episode. Let's go before he attacks us. And I did set up a lodestone earlier here as well. So it's another little fast travel for me. Perfect. What are you doing, Leela? Okay, Nellie, we've got 2 down.
I've got people that need my attention and a portal stabilizer that needs fixing. Be brief, will you?
I've retrieved the automaton charm oil.
You've really done it then? The charm oil is in your pack?
Yep.
Hand it here, if you would, so I might keep it safe. Well, I'll be. This is a major step forward, I must say. I'm partly afraid to ask, but how did you manage to obtain it?
A civil, if bizarre, trade.
I wasn't sure it was possible given how oddly those automatons behave. What a marvel that must have been to see one up so close. Still, what matters most is that now we've got our combustion fluid. You've put a real dent in our mission, my friend. Only one more resource to go.
Yeah, one more.
Mayhap you harbor the Geo-Arcanist soul after all. The survivors here wanted to thank you for the burden of responsibility you've taken on.
What have I got?
They pitched in and pooled their goods. This is for you. A token of our gratitude. Let's not lose the path now. We must keep on, ever vigilant, ever steady.
Onward we go. Thank you. So what was that? She gave me a bow, didn't she? Was that it? Short bow. Where's my short bow? Or did she not give me a bow? I'm sure she gave me a bow. So some sort of gun. Noble Bismeltus. That's new. Oh. Titanium. Melee damage 8. Oh. Oh. How come that's higher? Is that because it's made out of better stuff? That's interesting. Yeah, I'm sure she gave me a gun, or am I blind? Unless she did give me that, but where's my short bow? Okay. Yeah, anyway. So that's 2 down. 1 more to go. So then everyone, that is another piece of Nellie's contraption down. Next episode, we'll be going into the next gauntlet biome and getting the Elder Jotun heart, hopefully. And we'll also do the Slaying of the Beast quest, so we're only 1 more step away from entering this mysterious watch. I'm very excited.